Radio. Wrestling podcast featuring Rom and Bomber and Rab and the one and only Peanut. Woo! Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Bitches.
I think the main event was pretty decent.
It was the worst. That was the first time
I've heard anyone say that.
I will punch you in the mohawk.
As the only minority on this podcast, I feel incredibly insulted.
You should. You should. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Jobber Radio. I'm Jake, aka Bomber. We got some SummerSlam stuff to talk about. We got a little bit of Battleground stuff to talk about. We didn't really talk about that yet. So, I say we get right into it. First of all, follow us on Twitter at Jobber Radio. Check us out on YouTube. We got an official YouTube channel. And how about you give us a cool little good review? By the way, a good review. I saw somebody gave us a fucking 4-star review on iTunes. I don't know who the fuck. Actually, I know who the fuck did it. Our goddamn troll on YouTube. By the way, Matt Zahn, your little goddamn friend, decided he's going to go give us like fucking 4-star review on iTunes.
If it wasn't for all of my friends, we would have nobody watching.
That's true. Hey, so at least even back then, we still never had a fucking 4-star review.
How was a 4-star
out of how many stars?
I don't think anybody ever gives anything but
out of 5.
That's a good review.
No, I've never seen anybody give a 4-star review on iTunes.
Then the system is fucked.
God, we're going to have this moment already? Of course people give 4 stars. People give 3 stars.
You're going to settle for a 3?
Yeah,
you might as well just shut it down.
Wait, why do we live in a
it can't be more than 4 stars. It can't be more than 4 stars.
We're a 5-star goddamn podcast, okay?
Let me get my point across here. Why have we've gotten into a society where unless you're given a perfect accolade, any like a B is bad. Fuck that, a B is boss, bro. A B is good.
Okay,
a B in a heartbeat.
If
you gave us a B, that's good.
No, I would have definitely.
I want to know why we only got a B. What can we do to make it an A in that person's eyes? I don't want this blind.
Well, first of all, he's
like,
just a straight troll. So no matter what we do, it's not going to be good enough. So
politics, politics have made it so that it's like unless you're perfect, you're not perfect.
Hey, but Steve, the difference is we are a 5-star podcast. That's the difference.
I would give us a 4. I think if I was giving us a fair assessment, I think we have really good chemistry with each other. But I think overall, we're probably about a 4 out of 5.
All right,
I'd give us a 3. We're way too spotty.
Anyway, anybody else listening that hasn't gave us a review yet, how about you go give us a review and you give us what you think and make sure it's not a fucking 3 or a 4.
Everybody out there,
make sure
give
it's a 5.
3 stars because it's what we deserve.
I say be honest. Let us know.
For a 4. Give us a 4. I'm cool with
I'm talking about 3J Platinum, Jordan Wolf.
No.
Randy Orton.
No, just
3
Randy
star
Orton.
reviews all the way for you guys.
No, 5 stars.
What did this teach you, Bomber? When this happens again, don't bring it up ever again.
Yeah, because now we're going to be flooded with fucking 3-star reviews. Thanks.
No,
and by the way, it's not my fault, by the way. This is your guys' fucking fault.
We're getting 1s across the board now.
I don't care.
There you go. Anyway, no, it just makes us pop up higher in people's things on iTunes. That's all. So
yeah, but it's better if it's honest and legit.
I guess if we're not popping up, we're not popping up. Either way. Anyway, here we go, guys. You kind of heard everybody, so there you go. They're here. They're here.
Who is they?
We're already fucking.
This deserves 5 stars.
We're already fucking started now. All right, Scott's here.
The host doesn't even introduce who's on the podcast, yet we deserve 5 stars.
Rap, let's go. Bomber's here. He doesn't like it. B+ players. We know what that means. Daniel Bryan hates it. No, I'm Scott. I'm Scott. This is Guilty Pleasure Cinema. Cyclops Scott on YouTube. That's my shit. Rab, you do yours.
I'm on this podcast, and I'm Rab. Next, it's on to Rami. Go ahead.
I'm Mad Zine, but it's hilarious. It's so true. This all rolls back around to his hatred for Daniel Bryan because he doesn't.
It has nothing to do with fucking Daniel Bryan.
It is.
It's B+. You hated the B. When Matt said the B, you went off.
If you leave a 4-star, it means you're Daniel Bryan, and it makes him enraged.
No, I mean, okay, here we go. Okay.
Main event, you're right. Is
here
that salt? That's salt. Yeah, it is.
Moving on. We're going to start the show here.
CZW.
Okay, here we go. By the way, CZW has a here. Okay, I didn't give a plug, so here's my little plug. CZW's got huge fucking show coming up this Saturday. And it is
in your backyard.
No, it is Onita. Onita from Japan is coming to fight Matt Tremont, and it's going to be a fucking amazing main event, amazing match. It's going to be on iPay-per-view, so you guys need to go and you need to watch it live. It's going to be good. I promise. Of anything you watch, I promise you need to watch the show. It's going to be
when
good.
You say iPay-per-view, that means that you are the one paying, right?
That means I will be paying
for the one view.
That means I will be paying, yes, but it's internet pay-per-view.
It's just a pay-per-view solely for Jake. That means he's just going to sit in front of the crowd and watch.
It's
That's
his pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
I
is
wish.
it for the title or what?
No, it's no title. It's Onita's first match in America. So it's first. It may be his only match that he's going to have in America.
Stuff.
What's up?
He known for hardcore stuff.
He is known as the explosion deathmatch guy. He's always known for big explosions in his matches, exploding baseball bats, exploding rings, exploding all this stuff. So
I love how we saw that are in the live Twitch saying, talking about the $40 you spent on TNA.
God damn it! Yes, I did.
Oh God, I completely forgot about that.
Yes, I have a thing where I like to support a little bit. I like to.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I want to support an alternative to WWE because I love WWE, but I want to have alternatives. So
that's fine.
$40.
Yes,
that's
it was.
Problem.
But anyway,
all right, ready to do this.
So now that we got my plug out of the way, which you guys need to go watch that iPay-per-view. It's called Once in a Lifetime's the name of the show, rightfully so. But yep. Anyway, here we go. Starting things off, Battleground. Let's start with a quick little. What are your thoughts on Battleground? First of all, I was not here for the little live stream where we did the live stream and you watched it. What did you think, Matt? Did you like the show?
I took some heat. Everybody agreed with me on the tag match, which was awesome. That was a really good tag match. I'm still over the New Day, but at least they're still putting on good matches. But I still think, why break up all these NXT tag teams that didn't have a chance to do anything in favor of a team that's basically in their grandfather stage of their career? Why? But at least it was a good match, so I can't fault them for that. I also really liked Owens and Styles. And that's where I took a lot of heat. There were a lot of people who were like, "Oh, it was the worst thing I've ever seen." Like, what the fuck is wrong? I had some people tell me that was the worst Kevin Owens and AJ Styles match. Like, not together, but individually their worst matches in WWE. I'm like, you haven't been watching. You didn't see Ryback versus Kevin Owens then.
That's or Chris Jericho versus AJ. So
yeah, they were. I think a lot of fans were soured on the match because the ending was meh. But I didn't care. I mean, the ending doesn't. It definitely is a part of the match. But I don't think it was so horrendous that it hurt the match itself. I still really enjoyed it. But the rest of the show was fucking garbage. Rusev and Cena was an abomination. Like that, it might go down as one of the worst WWE big caliber matches I've ever seen. It was just so fucking boring and I joked that Rusev specifically could have won in the first 5 minutes by grabbing Cena's flag and just fucking throwing it into the crowd.
Yeah, that's true.
Or there was one spot that really made me laugh. He had Cena down because he hit him with the flag. He could have just hid Cena's flag underneath the ring and Cena never would have known where it was. And then just won. But then the main event was also really terrible if it wasn't for that insane bump.
No, I disagree with this. I think the main event was pretty decent.
It was the worst.
That was the first time I've heard anyone say that.
No.
No, it was awful.
First off, so we were talking about, Matt was talking about the awful match between Cena and Rusev, and that wasn't even the worst gimmick match on the pay-per-view.
Are you sure?
Because you liked the Punjabi prison.
I don't think. Okay.
First off, the crowd was dead because they couldn't see anything.
Yes, I agree. Yes, it was dead because they fucking you can't see shit.
Anything.
But
it might have been underground.
But watching it was fine. I had no problems watching it. It was great. I liked. Well, it wasn't great. I didn't mean the word great.
With it.
I didn't mean the word great.
Khali did.
Yeah, no, look, the only part of the match that really wasn't any good was the very beginning when they were just doing the starting out, fighting for the doors to be open and closed and stuff. But
that was most of the match.
It was half the match, if not.
Okay. What spots did you like? What stands out in your mind as the big things they did that made you like the match?
I like the whole struggle that Randy Orton was fighting all three off. It was all really good stuff. Like every little time he got one down, two jumped on him. Anytime he got another one down, the other guy jumped on him, and he just kept fighting him off. And just once they got out of the ring, I think it was a really enjoyable. Match.
The problem is that so much of it just didn't make any sense.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like you would watch them. I would watch so much and just be like, why doesn't Randy Orton just do this, or why doesn't he just climb over this, or why doesn't why does he just climb through, or the whole time my suspension of disbelief was destroyed by the fact that they both looked. Well, no, Randy Orton looked like he could fit through the cage.
Well, the rules was you had to go over, wasn't it?
No, the rule was that he had to get out.
Had to escape. Yeah, they just said escape.
I thought you had to still go over.
I'm with you, Bomber, but I think they said escape. So that means you must climb both, right? So that
I can explain to you why exactly though it was just in one spot I can explain why the whole thing was stupid, because they're talking about how if one of those cages, the immediate doors around the ring, if it opens and closes, then it stays closed for good, right? That's the gimmick. Yeah. So they really are selling that hard, and then Jinder gets out and Orton's fucked, right? The cage closes and he can't get out.
Oh shit!
And you're thinking okay, well, here you go. Orton's gonna have to climb down. He's gonna have to climb out and then climb up to the second cage. Instead, as Jinder's climbing up, Orton just climbs over the cage and just steps onto the other cage. So
well, he kind of jumped over. He didn't
what's the point of that?
It wasn't a jump like Batista.
So wait,
wouldn't there
be an advantage to somebody just laying out the guy in the original ring, climbing up to the first cage, and just stepping over to the other one and then climbing out and winning?
Well, you got to go by the rules, though. You had to go through the door, and if you didn't go through the door, then you had to crawl.
You did have to go through the door, because he didn't go through the door.
No, but Jinder did. Somebody has to go through the door first.
Says who?
It doesn't say that because the doors can technically lock with both of them inside.
And that happens.
And then but see, once the doors are locked, then you have to climb over. If they're not all locked, you got to go through the door.
Yeah, but why did Jinder climb down to go back up when he could have just stepped over like Randy did or Batista did when he jumped it before?
Because he was following the rules.
You don't have to go.
I think they both were technically following the rules.
Who said those are the rules?
No, the rules are not. You go up, down, up, down.
It's complicated. There's too much rules. The only rule should be fuck the doors. The doors shouldn't be a thing. They have to climb over one cage and they have to somehow get out of the second one. The end. That's it. This whole doors, 1 minute nonsense. The fact that essentially if you escape through the door, you are at a disadvantage. That should not be the case. If somebody can climb up the first cage and just step onto the other one, that's bullshit. Now, when Batista did it, Batista was in one of these Punjabi matches. Yeah. He jumped from one to the other. So I felt like that made more sense because that was dangerous. You weren't expecting someone to do that, so it looked like $1 million. Orton just casually stepped across it's no big deal, and it's just it's too much rules. Yeah. Can't see anything. The crowd didn't give a fuck. And again, if it wasn't for the brother falling, that bump was insane. That dude better have a job for a long time.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was a great bump. But no, I think after they got out of the first. No, I'm saying after they got out of the first cage, I think the match was fine. I think the match was good.
I didn't even care about the bump. Honestly, it was like randomly watching a YouTube clip in the middle of the match. It just no, seriously, because it didn't matter. None of it mattered to me.
I actually liked Khali coming out. I liked the Great Khali coming out.
I did too. No, I thought that was a really good booking thing. At first I did the facepalm, but how else were they gonna do it?
I wish he had his own music because the crowd would have been a little more receptive. I think of his theme.
I agree.
Yeah.
But no, I wish he stayed around because apparently he just came in for the one thing. I would have liked to see Jinder with the little tiny guys you got to fight through, and then the giant looming behind him. That would have been great.
It's so weird. It doesn't make any sense to get rid of him, to bring him in for one show and then get rid of him.
I literally thought they were going to have him feud with Orton because I didn't know what Orton was going to do after. I was going to be like, oh my god, they're going to have Orton versus Khali. Jesus Christ.
Oh, don't worry. They took care of that on SmackDown where Orton just decided, fuck the title. I'll go fight this guy instead. Yeah. Which made zero sense, but we'll get there, I presume.
Yeah. But to go back real quick to the AJ Owens thing, what do you got, when you were talking about the finish, a lot of people are thinking, oh, it was a botched finish and stuff. Do you guys think that? Do you think they fucked the finish up?
That was the plan. It was just a little awkward, but I think the idea was that it was supposed to be awkward, and like nobody knew what was happening.
Oh, and remember that happened from the before when AJ's leg got caught in the table, so it was kind of like a screwy thing. That's kind of an accident that they made happen. Okay. This isn't the first time they've done that. They just did a better job this time.
So we're on the same page.
People believing it. Yeah.
Okay. Because I thought it's all planned. Because I think that it's all leading up towards because they had the other kind of like weird finish on SmackDown. So. Yep. I think, that was all the point to try to get Shane involved somehow. But I know a lot of people are out there saying that they botched everything and all that. So
no, you bought in. Good job. You know what? To be fair, if they did fuck up, they're capitalizing on it. Yeah. But I don't believe they fucked up.
Yeah. Cool. But definitely tag match was easily match of the night and stuff. But
the start, that super kick, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that was awesome.
I still wish the Usos would have won. I'm still big on the Usos, but hey, what can you do? What can you do? But anyway, so we're coming up slowly on SummerSlam. What did you guys think about Raw SmackDown this week? At least I know, Zion, you said you watched Raw. I think, first of all, I'll let you do it. I'll let you
talk about it if you want to talk about it, because it's been a bit since...
I only remember last week. I can't talk about the previous week.
Well, the 2 weeks ago, Matt, I'll tell you that. They announced the 4-way.
Okay. Well, I will say Raw has been much better than usual.
Except for the main event.
Much better, and I don't consider that the main event. I mean, like, the main event storyline is fucking fantastic. Strowman, Joe, Lesnar, and Reigns is just they're doing it perfectly. They're doing it perfectly. I
literally care about only one thing in the WWE right now, and it's that.
Yeah, the only thing that I didn't like that they did, and I was vocal about on Twitter, was I hated that Roman pinned Samoa Joe in that triple threat.
Correct.
Fuck, man. I wanted just a bullshit finish, but I know why they did it. They did it because Reigns is he's the only one he has no chance at SummerSlam. So they're trying to keep him looking strong as always, but like, dude, there was so much more money to be made in Joe and Reigns having a big fucking match down the road where, again, Reigns has never pinned Samoa Joe or beat him in any way. And then they threw it away so casually. It's like,
and Lesnar was there.
I mean, Lesnar's done. Oh. So I think Lesnar's
gonna. They could have interrupted that match because Lesnar was literally.
But then they'd have to pay him another like $50,000 to touch somebody. So that's probably. I guarantee you that's something is in his contract. Like if he has to get physical, they pay him more or something. But I mean, like triple threat match was fantastic. I loved it. That just was a really great preview of SummerSlam. I really think that match is going to be fucking fantastic, and it better be the main event. I don't see what else could be. That's got to be the last match.
It's main event. It's main event.
Yeah. Miz is fantastic. Jason Jordan is dead on arrival. Poor guy. I mean, he just wasn't ready for this at all. That segment with the Miz was fucking cancer for him. It proved that like without Gable, he needs somebody there to carry him because he's fantastic in the ring. Don't get me wrong, dude is. He will be. I really think he's going to be good a few years from now. But to rip him out from that tag team with Gable was the dumbest thing they could have possibly done. There's nothing behind him. He's already getting booed. So you know what's going to happen. They're going to boo the shit out of him. So Vince is going to go, he's getting a reaction. Push him. He's awful. I'd say he's worse. He pisses me off more than Apollo Crews when he smiles all the time.
That's pretty bad then. That's pretty bad.
Cannot stand him. But Miz is on fire, man. With the Miztourage, with his wife, like, dude, he's at an A level right now. Like, I would not be disappointed if they took the IC title off him and put him in the main event because he deserves to be there now. He's so good.
I guess
he looks he carries it.
I see what you're saying. But I know what you're saying. But I mean, look at the other guys in the main event right now. Do you see Miz like fitting in that scene?
Yes. That's why. That's
really?
Exactly why right there.
He has the Miztourage.
Miz takes bigger. I mean, sorry. Braun Strowman takes bigger shits than the Miz. He would squash him in a fucking heartbeat.
That's the point.
Oh God.
The Miztourage puts him at a level where he has. I agree with you that he wouldn't be able to go one-on-one with any of the main event guys, but he has stooges. Give him one more stooge. Give him like one of the dudes in developmental that's like a big guy, right? And then there you go. The Miz it could be a main event guy right there and then.
If he gets a muscle, maybe. If he gets a muscle, but when you look at it, you got Axel and you got fucking Bo Dallas. I mean, that's not the biggest like.
I mean, to be fair, Triple H was winning matches because of the Road Dogg and X-Pac for years.
But Triple H was
your
fucking
stooges
legit.
don't have to
Like,
be. Your stooges don't have to be like giant bruisers.
Oh, Triple H wasn't huge at that point either when he had those guys.
but
He was
look,
getting bigger, but he wasn't that.
who was
but
his
he had the
opponents though?
distraction.
Look at who his opponent. I'm talking about look who his opponents were.
Triple H, yeah, Stone Cold and The Rock.
Yes,
The
those
Rock.
aren't fucking
Jericho.
gigantic fucking monsters, is what I'm saying.
You're literally doing the Vince "he's so huge" thing right now.
Well, when you
It's
Kind of ridiculous.
no. When
Pro
you
wrestling.
look at
Yeah.
when Braun Strowman is standing in the ring with the Miz, you instantly think this guy has no goddamn chance.
Right, but then they tell a story and they show how that works.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Saying.
you are correct.
Oh God, you want
correct,
Chris Masters to come
That
back?
is-
No, I do not.
because-
And Chris Masters was a piece of shit, and he's in Global Force Wrestling right now. If you want to go
No,
watch
well-
him, so
But what you're saying?
Did you pay $40
is-
to watch Chris Masters?
technically I did because he was on the pay per view. So technically, yes, I can't argue that.
But no,
Fine.
that is a testament to what you're talking about because the smaller guys have to work harder to get over like that. Punk was like that with these guys. Brian, I know you hate him. Mysterio, I know you hate him.
No,
but that's the freaking point of these. They literally have to overcome the odds. He's got two guys and his wife who are all distractionary tactics to get someone over here, hit him over the head. He steals a win. Oh, you hate him even more.
Exactly.
That's the. Do you not know how Ric Flair works?
I do. Okay.
Jesus Christ, Bomber.
I'm
That's-
just saying
true,
when
though.
you're looking
How
at it
Flair
with
everybody.
when you
Okay,
have
then
so
what-
many
Then how did Ric Flair ever beat Road Warrior Hawk?
when you have so many guys, I'm saying so many guys right now
Yeah.
in the main event scene that are mostly very large individuals.
Okay, Ric Flair beat Hawk. He beat Sting. He beat Luger. he
Sting
beat
wasn't
Vader.
huge.
He beat
Vader
Brody.
was.
He beat
Brody
all these
was.
guys that are bigger than him and giant monsters that should
Well,
take
let's
him out.
be
You know how
honest.
he did it?
Ric
As
Flair
that
was
kind
like
of
one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. The Miz is nowhere fucking close
It
to
wasn't
Ric Flair,
just
though.
skill. He
I
was
don't
the
think- yeah, I
dirtiest
don't-
player in the game.
Yeah, I don't think Rick is one of the best.
It was not skill.
What?
It was that. That is
Hold
the
on.
point.
What are you saying, Matt Zahn, right now? What are you saying?
I don't think he's one of the
saying that-
best technical wrestlers of all time. Go back and watch his matches. That was an era where psychology-wise he was one of the best. He
I
was
know.
one
I
of the
didn't say
best
technical. I just said
psychological
best
heels.
wrestlers overall in the ring.
No, but all they did
No.
back then was stop each other, and he would get his ass beat for the entire match, and then somehow he would win,
Oh
which
my
is
God.
exactly what Miz basically
Are
does.
you shitting
So-
on? Are you shitting on Ric Flair right now?
Yeah, I've never
No one's
thought
shitting on Ric Flair.
no.
You're missing the
I'm
whole
not-
point.
No,
He's
no.
not
Matt
shitting
Zahn
on
is
Flair.
literally
He's
no.
raising Miz.
No, he's not.
Well, it's a bit of both.
I
I
don't
just
know.
don't think that Rick is like one of the best technical wrestlers of all time. I think he's one of the best.
Ric Flair would tell you that Ric Flair is not one of the best technical wrestlers of all time. That's not his game.
Who said anything about technical? Yeah, we're talking about overall in the ring.
Okay.
That's what in the ring means.
Still don't think so.
That does not what in the ring means. There's all kinds of things that come into it
But
that's not
that's-
just technical.
Okay, we're gonna
You're right.
go around this forever and ever and ever. Bomber, it literally is a case of you're thinking like no one can beat Yokozuna, no one can beat Braun Strowman because he's too big. Yeah, well, no.
Of course, people can beat Braun Strowman. He's been beat
Yeah,
like several
so when
times.
you don't believe that the smaller guy can, oh, it turns out he could. Then however could a guy like Eddie Guerrero beat Brock Lesnar? Oh wait,
It's
he
just
did.
No, it's just it's
Clean.
not that. I don't
Come
think
on.
it's that issue for Bomber. I think it's just the
That
fact
one.
that he just doesn't see Miz at that level. So that's all there's.
I know.
So there's no-
I had no problem when Eddie Guerrero was beating Brock Lesnar. That was fantastic shit. Now, if the
And
Miz
I'm wrong.
came
I
in,
said clean. Goldberg interfered. Forgive me, but
yeah, but
but it's so you just don't see Miz in that way at all.
Anyway, I don't give a fuck. I want
Possibly.
Miz in the main event because he deserves
Yeah.
it at this point. He deserves it more than 99%.
Miz on his own, agreed, but he's got all these guys. That's the point.
I know.
Well, they can
Miz
move him to
probably
SmackDown.
is fantastic.
Going back to SmackDown.
I agree. That's what I was going to suggest.
would
I was
be
gonna
better
say,
on
well,
SmackDown.
SmackDown is in
He-
desperate need of some top.
I can
guys.
easily see him in the main event on SmackDown. I can see
I can
that.
see him
no
as
problem.
champion right now. Easy.
Well, anybody. If
But
fucking
Rusev's
Mahal,
bigger than him, and he's on SmackDown, so he should be the champion.
God, fuck you.
no, but Miz would make it work with
Isn't Big Show
everybody.
on SmackDown?
Big Show.
he's on
No,
Raw.
he just he was
he's
on
on-
the main event of
He was in
Raw,
the
which was
main event
horrible.
of Raw, yeah. Which was terrible. But
Yes.
we can all agree on one thing, right? They fucking hate Big Show and Enzo right now. Like they
Oh yeah.
wow. Especially Enzo, because at least Big Show looks competitive against Cass. But holy shit, man! That there is no. At first, I was hearing the rumors. They're like, oh, Enzo's got like a lot of heat. He's getting kicked out of like tour buses, and he's getting a lot of problems with management. I was like, you know what? Take that with a grain of salt. Like whatever. But now that I see the way they're, this is the third week in a row where he ran into the ring and just got knocked out with a boot by Cass immediately with no type of vengeance whatsoever. Yeah, that dude is in serious hot water right now.
No clue if it's true or not, but I read somewhere that they might be taking him off TV, and I'm like, okay, well, first of all, He's on the cover. He's on the main article right now on the website. He was featured on the website. He's the featured thing on YouTube. So it's really weird how they are featuring Enzo and all these things, but he's getting the shit beat out of him. I don't understand.
I can explain that a little bit. They got content banked. They got to put it out there. It's yesterday's news. Now he's not on TV.
Did you hear the stripper story that came out about him? So he's
no.
like married and everything. He's married and he has kids. Well, I guess like they went to a strip club, and this was confirmed at least that all the guys were there. A bunch of the WWE guys went to a strip club, and like this stripper came out on Twitter the day after and went on this huge rant about how he wouldn't give her any more than $10, and how he was trying to get her to come home with him back to his hotel like the entire time. And she was like, I would have considered it had he given me like $1,000, like $1,000, because like he kept telling me how rich he was and how famous he was, but he wouldn't give her more than $10. So she came out and she just like railroaded him to death. And like wow, I mean, I could see why this all stacks up. If he's being an idiot, then I mean, come on, yeah. I mean, you gotta be professional when you're at that level of celebrity. So I can see why that's a problem.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear that story. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, there was another one that was out as well that interested me and made me kind of sad with Braun Strowman and Karen Jarrett.
Yeah, I saw.
I did hear that one. Yes, yeah, I saw that.
So Karen has been like, it's just whatever. It's blown out of proportion. She's saying that.
She shouldn't have said anything then, that bitch. But what happened was all the WWE guys were just casually at a bar that the TNA guys happened to come to. So they were just where they were working in the same town. So it just happened, friends meet up. And Strowman was pretty wasted. Karen Jarrett was pretty wasted. She walked up and she asked for Strowman's autograph because her kid is a huge Strowman fan, and he basically he basically no-sold her and kind of was an asshole. I mean, like, that's not good, obviously, especially because he seems like such a nice dude on his Instagram, but I mean, apparently he's not. But
it sounds like
maybe he was just drunk. Some people have bad days.
It sounds like they both lived up their character, is what I was hearing her say anyway. So.
Yeah, he told her no. She asked him again, and he's told her no again, and got a little more stern. And she was like, essentially, she's like, "Do you know who my son's father is?" And she's like, "It's Kurt Angle," and he started backpedaling like crazy. And I guess the bad part of this was all he had to do was apologize and take the heat for it from Kurt. Who cares? Who fucking cares? It's not that big of a deal. But apparently there were a lot of sources that confirmed that he got down on his fucking knees and begged her not to do that. I'm like, oh man, when Vince hears that, that's so bad for you.
That's real bad.
You know what Vince is like? Vince is that kind of guy where if you get into a fight with somebody and you lose, all of a sudden you're depushed and you're done. I could just, I hope to God that doesn't become a problem. Because Strowman's the best thing on Raw right now. So, hearing that, please, Vince, don't do it. Don't do it, Vince. I wouldn't be surprised if Strowman took the pin at SummerSlam, though, because of this.
So you don't think Strowman's going to get the win? A lot of people are thinking Strowman's going to get the win.
If that's true, that's a problem.
I think Strowman single-handedly just gave Joe the title if Lesnar's not going to
because of Karen Jarrett?
I mean, no, not because of Karen Jarrett. The fact that one of his top guys, his monster, got down on his knees in front of everybody at a bar and begged. Come on. You can't do that.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking stupid on his part.
Or maybe it didn't happen.
No, well,
I didn't hear that at all from all the stuff I've seen.
Just wrestlers that were there that confirmed it, so...
Well, they're assholes.
And then again, I follow the stuff, and that hasn't made the news that I've heard, so it's not like that's permeating everywhere.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
It's pretty all over the place that I've been to, and again, I know Brad doesn't care, but Meltzer reported on it as well and said that pretty much that the story going around is legit. It's like I said, it wasn't just the boys that saw it, because if it was the boys, I don't think it would have gotten out, but there were just a lot of fans there. Because they knew where all the wrestlers were, and a lot of the fans confirmed it. The only thing that would have been worse is if a fan took a fucking picture.
That would have been great.
Oh man, yeah. My prediction is that if I really don't think Lesnar's retaining anymore. Although I think it's genius that they announced.
I hope he does, man. That'd be great.
No, he's not. He's absolutely not.
I really don't. But like I said, if Lesnar doesn't retain, then my prediction is Joe is going to pin Strowman or submit him.
Because Lesnar, I mean, for all the talk we have about the UFC stuff, I think that's imminent with him returning back because he needs 6 months in the drug test pool there. So let's get that started. Let's work towards the John Jones fight probably next spring.
I don't know. I mean,
match at WrestleMania, and then that'd be all she wrote for him for a while.
Yep.
So you guys just don't see him retaining? I mean, I think that's what they're trying to get everybody to think.
No,
hardcore.
it totally could, but I don't think so.
Why would they, though? If he's made his intentions known that WWE is now no longer his sole interest, and that, if anything, he's more interested in UFC, it's fucking stupid to put your top title on a guy who clearly is openly saying that you're not his sole focus. That's just a bad decision.
You can keep him as an attraction, but not as the
time. It's well aware that Brock Lesnar that he's told people that everybody knows WWE is not his sole focus. He does not. I
don't think that's clear at all. That the common fan doesn't think that Brock, like, common fan isn't reading dirt sheets and stuff. But now that, like, John Jones issued a challenge, Lesnar's responded to it. Now it's incredible. That's why they had Heyman come out and say, if he loses, then he's gone. Like, they're aware that now the actual common fan is even aware that Lesnar is UFC bound.
Dude, they put up 2 videos. They had that at the table after Raw, where they talked about the challenge, and one of their weekly shows, the one with Kathy Kelly, talked about it. So they're going for it. They're kind of all in on that because they want Connor in there at this point. They want Cyborg and Becky to do something. They're looking at Jessamine Duke, those 4 horsewomen with Ronda. They're kind of playing games with it. So if that's a matter of, hey, and you can have Lesnar fight over there, it's all feeding into that stuff.
I have no problem with Lesnar going over there, but I think it would be...
but he should not be champion if he's going to be on even
that's the
less.
Problem. I'm saying is
he'll be on even less if he does that.
If he gets knocked out as champion, what does that say for WWE? That's awful.
But here's the other part of it. If he does that, he's not being drug tested with WWE because he's a special attraction. Yep. If we remember that. If he exits retirement to go into UFC, he's part of USADA, which will drug test anytime, anywhere, any place. They have to give awareness notices to where they're going to be. That means whatever he's been doing during the WWE time, he can't. So that's done. So if you're looking big and that's part of what you do, and that's what he got popped for against Mark Hunt last year, you can't do that now because they're not giving him any exemptions. He's got to be in 6 months before the fight, or at least 6 months is the fight. So it's all leading up to it. I would not be surprised if he retained, but why?
I see.
At this point, it makes no sense.
Well, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. It's an interesting match. That's the thing that makes it interesting about it.
That adds it. It used to be Lesnar retains. Of course he does. But it's a great fucking match.
It's good that they just openly acknowledge that this is happening, too. Instead of doing the WWE bubble move they usually do, where you're just like, la, 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 Miss Saigon, Miss Saigon, Miss Saigon.
And you know what? That's what makes me think that he is going to retain, because they're trying to build all of this stuff.
There is...
showing that he's leaving, and then that would be such a fucking like.
But again, I can't see Vince. I can see if Vince will let him fight. I get that. We've already obviously seen that he will. But I can't see Vince after Punk got just fucking decimated. I can't see Vince actively allowing one of his heavyweight champions to go into UFC and maybe getting creamed. That would just make their title look like shit. So I mean,
especially against John Jones.
Yeah,
even though he's light heavyweight.
Take the belt off.
And the other part of it, too, is, like, he says he'll leave WWE. That's been Brock's M.O. He's there for a feud, then he leaves after Raw. And then he gets brought back. It happened when he was feuding with Rollins. That's his shtick. It happened when he fought Cena. He was there for the Cena fight when he first came in, then was gone till SummerSlam. Then he was gone till Mania. That's his shtick. So that's not like it's a gone forever. His contract's through Mania anyway. So I won't take that with so much there.
I was about to say, who's not to say...
It's his... I would say if he loses it, that's how he gets off TV until Rumble or something. That's all.
Yeah, but who's not to say he wins and then can drop it at who knows, like SummerSlam or not SummerSlam, Survivor Series, or they might have a spot show, him show up at maybe No Mercy or something.
Could be, but again, he's in the drug test pool at that point.
Yeah,
they want to do this fight, and they need 6 months.
Well, I feel like he should already be not doing the drugs anyway, or the
no,
not
but
the
he's
drugs,
not in it yet. He's not in it yet. That's the thing. That's why people are saying he's not in, but he's going for it. All the insiders are saying it's an imminent release of he's returning to fight Jones.
They just cleared him to qualify for the drug testing. So
exactly,
it's got to start soon.
Who do you think's early predictions, Rab? Who do you like in this?
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe.
It's his time, man.
I think they're gonna take it off Brock for all the reasons that have been said over the last couple minutes or few minutes, and I don't think they want to give it to Lesnar yet. I mean, to Roman yet, because they want him to once again win it against the odds or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense to give it to Joe and give Roman's someone to chase after.
Yeah.
And I think it's too early for Braun, so.
It works for Joe, too, because Roman only beat him that one time in the three-way, but Joe can be like, that was once and it wasn't even a real thing. It would be better if it didn't happen, because then it's, you've never beaten me, go ahead, chase me, you'll never win. So that works even in that regard.
Yeah. If they want to give the title back, like if they really want Lesnar and Reigns for the title at WrestleMania, which seems like that's like what they're dead set on, there's no problem in having Lesnar not get pinned at SummerSlam, so therefore he didn't lose the belt. I mean, they're all about that shit. They do it all the time. They did it the last time he lost the belt. Mm-hmm. Make sure to have him, just have him win it at like Rumble or right before WrestleMania, and then have Reigns win the Rumble, and boom, there you go. Solution.
Yeah. It's interesting. My early prediction right now, I'm sitting with Brock. I want to see Brock retain, but
so done with him. I'm so fucking done with him.
Yeah.
You've been done with Brock for like 2 years.
I was about to say, I think, you've definitely been done with Brock.
Ever since the Cena squash, I've been done with Brock.
I loved the Cena squash. I watched it the other day. It was just as good as it was the first time.
I just think there's no reason to have this intermittent attraction be the champion.
And you know what's weird?
It just doesn't work.
The Cena squash, you know what's weird about that? I remember exactly what I was doing. Like, I remember everything. That moment, for some reason, that match, I remember everything that was going on for that. It was like one of those kind of moments. It's really fucking weird.
I agree with that. I think
it was a big build. It was sad because
it was a big build, but the build wasn't what was memorable. If it was just a build and then someone won and someone lost, what was memorable about it is that it was a squash.
He beat the shit out of him. Yeah.
Yep. Boring. That's boring.
It wasn't boring. It was amazing.
Like do it on Raw.
I remember that it was hopefully
SummerSlam.
No, it doesn't mean anything on Raw. It was
good. That's the point. It shouldn't mean anything at all.
It should be. You're completely wrong about this.
Well, hey, how about this though, Rab? The way there was two things that could have. Well, there was one thing that they handled off of it that I really hated too was the fact that Cena had a rematch with Lesnar next month on the other pay-per-view and actually gave him a competitive match. It's like what? If you're all in, you're all in. Just have him destroy Cena again.
He did better.
I didn't like that part.
But the other thing too, that thank God for this, is that was supposed to be Bryan, but Bryan was hurt, so he had to drop the match.
I was going to say that. Yep.
If that had been Bryan, you may have, when we started the podcast, it would have just been an hour of me constantly screaming, just a tone that would never let up.
I mean, yeah, but it would have been because. If they had gone out and go, oh fuck, they fucking jobbed out Bryan again like this, and yeah, it would have been different because that's not something they do with John Cena. That's something you expect with John Cena.
That's what I'm saying is that at least it was Cena and not Bryan, because Cena can take that, but doing that to Bryan would have just been like fuck this nerd.
After everything with WrestleMania 30, if he lost to Lesnar there, it would have been devastating. But I could have even seen him all right, fine, I'll do it again, I'll do it better. I think Bryan could have survived that, and that was the match everyone was hoping for. And
not everyone.
Which squash do you guys prefer then? Did you like Cena being squashed by Lesnar or Orton being squashed by Lesnar? Because that's
definitely Cena's was way better.
Lesnar being squashed by Goldberg. Thank you very much.
That was that was interesting.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that either.
It wasn't as good as Cena. The Cena squash was the best.
Because it was so surprising. No one went into that match expecting to see that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I thought the
not
Lesnar
legit. People were like, better. Could you imagine if it happened? But no one legitimately thought that.
It was great.
I liked Lesnar Goldberg because of the fact that it was so sudden. But with Cena, it was almost like watching revenge porn or something. It was like watching we had what was it from the Saw movies? We had Jigsaw. He's like, all right, John Cena, in order to beat Brock Lesnar, you must cut off your left testicle. Will you do this and live? It's just boring. I watch wrestling to watch a competitive, fun time. I don't want. It's like the same reason I don't watch UFC. I don't want to watch UFC most of the time because I don't like it when one guy just beats the living shit out of the other guy.
I watch wrestling to see a story advance, and I thought it was a great way of advancing.
But it was a terrible story because they just ended up having Super Cena come back the next month. So it was like,
that's the problem was later in the month. The problem was not that match.
And also the fact that every match Lesnar's done now
in the moment, and that's the way. That's the way it should work. It should work in the moment.
It was tainted by the ladder, which is what Matt's saying. But in the moment, you like.
Fear Me Jesus in our Twitch chat did bring up one thing. There is one other squash I hate more than the Cena one. Yeah. Ambrose.
No, but
Ambrose was the biggest fucking letdown I've ever had with a Lesnar.
That was lazy Brock getting ready for his UFC.
Oh yeah, that was dumb. But yeah, no.
And that's why we're not going to see anything here, because if he's going for a fight, you don't want that Brock. That's lazier Brock than we have.
True, but you got 3 other guys in there, so it shouldn't be.
And they
no
hardcore match so that they could because a hardcore match is easier to do than a normal match. They even gave them that so you could cover it up a little bit. Like I remember doing my backyard wrestling days. Doing a hardcore match is not only more fun, but it is a million times easier. You get to rest more. You don't have to put as much work into it. You don't have to think about psychology all that much. And they still had a fucking stinker at WrestleMania. Like, fuck you, Brock.
That's a good backyard breakdowns plug for our YouTube channel. I like that. It's good. Yeah, it's a good one. But the other thing I want to talk about Raw real quick before we go to SmackDown. What do you guys think about Bayley maybe not making the SummerSlam here?
Yeah, it sucks. And then Nia
it sucks. What can you do?
Shoulder again. Ugh.
Yep.
So what do you think they're gonna slide Sasha in there again, or what do you like? I don't know.
Well, I mean, the storyline, you could have Nia claim it, because they are saying it's her. She's the one who injured her, so that's the story there.
I think they're going to be a team for good for a while. I think Sasha's just the easy antidote to the problem.
You're right, because Nia will be like, I did this for you. I want my title match later. It's like, no, don't worry. And they can just play off that for now.
Sucks, man. They were just starting to realize
they're fixing it.
The Bayley, and now, yep.
I will say that Bayley, this whole match that was about to happen, if like her and Alexa again, it feels way out of left field, and it would have been so fucking random. And there's no way Bayley should have won. So.
Well, I like that they were trying, but
they were trying. I guess
they caused her some irreversible harm.
Sure did, yeah.
Endo stick thing.
It takes time.
God, that was
to me the Bayley versus Alexa Bliss would have been so goddamn random. Like she was losing, like, and then she got a random win, and all of a sudden, hey, look, she's number 1 contender again.
And that's welcome to 2017 WWE, where anybody can beat anybody, and now they got momentum. No,
I like that. I like anybody can beat anybody, but I don't. Sometimes it's so weird and random.
But when you literally are writing weeks and years in advance, you could be like, let's have this person win 5 times to come in.
In advance.
But you know what I mean? When you can.
Yeah.
Instead, you have Jinder Mahal winning 1 match, and he's champion now. Yeah. It's that kind of thing. Like you can build this. So
I had one thing to bring up though that I wanted to see your guys' opinion on.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going with Seth Rollins and Ambrose versus Sheamus and Cesaro for the tag titles at SummerSlam.
Possibly. Yeah.
That was real random, by the way. Just Sheamus and Cesaro just walk and go, "Hey, what's up, loner?" Okay, I guess we're having a title match now.
Yep.
I thought they were going towards an Ambrose heel turn on Seth and then have them fight at SummerSlam. That's what I wanted, because that feels like a bigger match. That feels like a big deal, and it feels natural because Ambrose doesn't like Rollins, and at the end of the day, he doesn't trust him, and like the fans are sympathetic to Rollins. So it would make sense that the fans could possibly turn on Ambrose and he would be mad at the fans.
They can still turn him.
Yeah, this could be part of their thing. Yeah, like they could lose, and then this could be the beginning of that.
And build it for another 6 months for WrestleMania.
Even
for Survivor Series.
But Matt, you're right, because the rumors were Ambrose, Rollins, and Miz for the title, and then other stuff over there for the tag, but they want to get Jason Jordan over there for the Miz. So
it's not like the fact
that boys, tag titles
by them walking backstage to Rollins for no fucking reason and talking shit. Like what? That doesn't make any put him in like a 6-man tag or something and have interaction, and then to have him just walk. It's so like. Okay, well, I guess they had nothing for the tag team title, so they're like, okay, they're gonna do this. I think I understand what Rab's saying. That would be cool. I would like to see a long burn build for Ambrose heel turn on Rollins. But man, just give him. Fuck. It just feels like they were doing this stuff with Miz, and now all of a sudden they're just not.
Oh, that's exactly what happened though. It's like, we're doing this instead now. Okay.
Yeah. No, I like the thought of doing a longer thing because they have so much history, so much they can work off of. If they drag it out to, if they do Survivor Series, or if they go real long term to WrestleMania, I don't know if they'll go that far. Think that far in advance, but maybe that would be a great match for Survivor Series if they build it up, have a nice turn. I'd be down for that because this is kind of what I was afraid of, that they were going to do this with Ambrose. As I've been saying that once he got done with the Miz, he's going to be like. They're going to be like, okay, what the fuck are we going to do? Let's throw him over here. And that's exactly kind of what they're doing here. But if they give him against something. Yeah, if they give him, I mean, he's still dealing with something. And I think with Rollins, that'd be great. I think that would be a perfect thing for him to do. But that would have to have him turn probably. So
it's good. It's good for both of them though, because Rollins isn't lost in the mix, and neither is Ambrose, and there might be a light at the end of the tunnel for them. So they didn't just throw them into random.
Yeah.
Random
and actually, I don't want to see Sheamus and Cesaro lose titles either. So.
No, and I like with the tag titles right now with the chaos of the other contenders. It lets something like this slide in.
Yeah, thank God.
While the Hardys and the Revival and all these guys fight amongst themselves to sort that out.
That's weird, though. I think it's weird that they have all these teams that have been vying for the titles, and then, but yeah, at the second biggest show of the year, the team that's only had one match together all of a sudden gets the tag title shot. Like that's
I agree with that. I like the idea though. There's no clear contender, so if the champions want it, they can kind of do this. I'm kind of okay with that, but
What I want to see at SummerSlam is a 3-way number 1 contender match. I want to see the club. Well, I can't call them the club. Whatever you want to fucking call them. You got Hardys and you got the Revival. I want to see those 3 teams go at it. And winner gets a shot.
Probably
at maybe No Mercy or whatever.
Hey, don't forget
the club though, don't they? I thought they still called them the club.
I don't know what
it's.
They don't call them the club anymore.
I thought they still they still call them.
They're
Anderson
the
Gallows,
Good
but
Brothers.
they call them the club.
They call them like 8 things. I don't know. Whatever
they're the Good Brothers. They're just Gallows and Anderson.
Gallows and Anderson. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think TV ever calls them the Good Brothers.
I think they call themselves the Good Brothers.
I mean, online people do, and
How about
TV.
the Hardys being woken?
Yeah.
Wow. That's what, I don't care, but fuck you, TNA. That's pretty clever. I was trying to think of like what could they call him that would be similar, and I'm like, that's just unique enough.
And people were thinking like destroyed or crashed. No, woken.
It's perfect.
Very nice.
Yeah, it really is. Although I'm still done with them, and Jeff should be a main event guy, and Matt should go.
No, but this is good, I think, in the way because it is another level on it, which was the whole point of his whole broken thing. It was the next stage of it. So now this is the next stage of the next stage. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Let's just do this. And now the people from TNA are like, oh, well, we hope we can work something out. It's like, now you realize they don't need you.
Isn't it funny though how none of this matters though now? Like after everybody was so hyped to see Broken Matt Hardy in WWE, and now like I'm just completely over. I don't even care if he does it. It's done. It's too late. Like we've seen like they made him nostalgia Matt Hardy, and I'm just kind of like ugh. They come out, I'm just like man, Jeff really should be a main event guy because he is.
However, woken Matt happens is going to have to be fucking huge. To
it's
work.
Gotta be,
because if he didn't show up that way, something's gonna happen. So.
It's got to be something big. I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know.
Well, moving on. Just let's hit up a little bit of SmackDown stuff real quick. So, number 1 contender, Shinsuke Nakamura, kind of big deal. Did you guys? Did anybody in here? Did any of you guys think that was gonna happen? First of all,
absolutely.
What?
I'm over.
Well, I mean, when they announced the match, I did.
I'm over thinking that Cena wins.
You thought he was going to beat Cena?
100%.
I thought for sure he was going to beat Cena. I didn't think there was any way he was going to beat Cena.
No, I'm with you, Jake. I had no way. I thought they were going to do a bullshit finish where Cena was going to win.
Wow.
No, I'm beyond Cena wins. He's losing to guys.
But
it's happening now.
Exactly.
The only thing anybody's. Oh no, I was going to say
the same WWE from a while ago. This is John Cena's out there doing other shit. John Cena's doing movies and. I didn't think it was going to be Cena, and I didn't think Jinder was going to beat Cena. Now, I don't think Jinder's going to beat Nakamura either, but I didn't see Cena getting the belt, and I didn't see Jinder beating Cena, so Cena can't be in that match.
Yeah.
That's just weird. I mean, like, I think at the end of the day, Jinder shouldn't even have been involved. Like, this should just be Cena versus Nakamura at SummerSlam, because that's such a bigger attraction.
Agreed.
I know we're past it, but, like, I'm not going to get over it, though. It's a fucking stupid decision.
But I just mean in the sense of, like, what did we think was going to happen? We're past that.
I'm saying, I thought, that's the outcome is the last outcome I possibly would have thought would happen. Because I just don't see Jinder versus Nakamura being a draw for anybody.
So,
like, who the fuck wants it? I guess, like, because it's Japan and India.
Well, here's my question.
International markets will, but
here's my question.
Like, the Japan market's not good, so I don't see how that's going to do it.
I know, but they're hoping.
Hold on.
They're hoping to drive for it.
Hold on. Here's my thing. How horrible is this fucking build-up going to be? Jinder Mahal, his whole shtick is built that American's the worst, everybody's against him, and now he's going against Shinsuke.
Okay, so Shinsuke gets on the mic and goes, I will fight you, Jinder Mahal. And then Paul goes,
oh my god, okay. Okay.
As the only minority on this podcast, I feel incredibly insulted.
You should. You should, actually. That was pretty goddamn bad.
No.
That's exactly what Shinsuke sounds like.
All right, you're right. We get 4 fucking stars. You're right. We just lost our fucking star for being racist.
Nakamura versus John Cena at SummerSlam for the first time ever would have been huge, and I know a lot of people that would have been hyped to see that on a big stage. And instead, they gave it away for free on SmackDown, and now they're doing Jinder Mahal versus Nakamura, which is like, I don't really want to see that unless Shinsuke beats him, becomes champion, which would be, I think that would be fantastic for SmackDown. And he's older anyway, so like let's do it.
Well, I honestly think that's what's gonna happen.
So
I'm on board with that. I see it happening.
Nope.
Oh, especially if they have, well, if, say Braun or Joe wins, it's not the good guy, quote unquote. I could see them going with Shinsuke to get the feel good out of everything.
Chad's saying that they think Corbin's gonna cash in on whoever, and like,
oh yeah, that's the thing. Shinsuke will win, and
yet.
Then Corbin will cash in.
No, not yet.
I'm really down on it.
It's happening yet either.
I've been saying that for months.
And they have him wear a shirt now, so I can't see his little sad face on his stomach anymore.
Oh.
Thank God he's wearing a shirt.
How hard will Shinsuke kick the Singh brothers?
Hopefully pretty damn
he
hard. He's not going to fuck him up as bad as Orton.
He on this particular night.
He'll drop them on their head.
He's going to kick one of them so hard they're going to go flying into the crowd. Take an extreme bump again.
Or he'll just barely kick either of them because he doesn't care about wrestling against.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get this way wrong, but I'm feeling like Mahal is going to retain. I don't know why I have this weird feeling that Mahal is going to retain.
I mean,
I think I'm going to get that wrong, but I'm going
right, but think predictions. You've been.
I think you're probably wrong, but
I think I'm wrong too. But I have a feeling.
With Jinder.
Yeah, considering we're talking about Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE title, something no one ever thought ever. Who the fuck knows at this point? At least it's not Orton versus Cena. Remember when we thought that might be a thing?
Like they have the whole roster on these, like their pictures on a wall, and they're just throwing darts at it, going, "Well, Jinder he's champion now. Shinsuke Nakamura will now face it." It's like it seems like they're going about the most.
Speaking of that, you got Orton and fucking Rusev.
When they brought up Shinsuke, it's not like we all didn't think he was going to be in the main event picture.
No, I was expecting this. I was hoping.
He's not random. It's just Jinder.
Yeah, of course.
You're not wrong.
Now, speaking of, you talked about random. Yeah, Rusev's like, I want proper competition, and Randy Orton comes out, and I'll fight you.
Yeah, exactly.
Shouldn't Randy still be mad about Khali and Jinder and that? But no, I guess not. Whatever. I'll fight the Russian because
he's lost it 3 times. Lost that fucker 3 times.
Yeah, but he's the character of Randy Orton should be like, I don't fucking care because that's his character.
It doesn't matter. Fuck Randy Orton.
Agreed.
Said Jinder's gimmick after he loses the title. He's going to become a underwear model, and he'll come out and go, "It's just Jinder."
No, get out of here.
I
was about to say I don't know how he turned Russian, but no.
Yeah, I just care. As long as Randy Orton's far away from the title, I don't give a fuck. Because that way I can just mute the TV.
Yeah, but now where Rusev's being wasted on it. But then again, that's what he gets.
And
for
you know what?
Match.
And you know what? Rusev's not going to fucking win this match. He's not.
Well, Randy has to get a win. He lost 3 in a row.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, as bad as it sounds, Rusev's not winning the match.
No, but Rusev could afford not to, but he would benefit so much more if he did. It's the Bray Wyatt thing right now.
They booked a match where, unless it's a no finish, nobody can lose that match. Rusev just came back. He's supposed to have this hot comeback, loses to Cena. He can't afford to lose a second match right away. And Orton, he can't afford to lose a 4th match in a row on pay-per-view. I mean, they booked a match that nobody can lose.
No, they can, but
I'm like, I know their logic, and WWE thinks it does, but like, if Orton lost to Rusev, who gives a fuck?
No, look at it this way. Look how
I agree. Orton can lose as many matches as he wants.
Yeah, the crowd was excited to see Randy Orton come out and challenge Rusev. This is the man who just lost 3 times, like you said. The crowd's like, fuck, it's Randy Orton. Yeah, go Randy, get Rusev. They're already over.
It doesn't matter how many times Randy Orton loses.
They don't care about the losses. They're already over with. He can win this one.
Oh, Jinder Mahal, I kick you and become champion. Look, nah.
No.
Him and is like, they're dressed normally in the ring facing off against Shinsuke, like just normal Jinder and the 2 Bollywood boys. And then like when Shinsuke cuts his promo, they cut back to Jinder and all of a sudden they're dressed up exactly like those guys in the music videos somehow. Nope. And then they just go for it.
Donald Trump finds this hilarious.
Fuck yeah.
So,
that'd be awesome.
anyways, moving on. What about the so you guys? We kind of already talked on AJ and Owens though. So
what about Jericho's random return? That was so strange.
That was great. Yeah, that was awesome. I like it. I like stuff like that. That's cool.
Take the pin though. That's really weird.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know.
Well,
why even bother giving the title back to Owens if they were just going to give it back to they're doing the Attitude Era booking on the United States title right now, like back and forth, back.
They're doing the Sasha Charlotte thing right now.
Yeah. Why didn't
which
they,
we talked about? Which I didn't think they would actually do.
Have Owens never lose it to AJ to begin with. Do the bullshit finish so Owens gets out of it and gets in more heat because it's like, oh, that piece of shit stole AJ's time, and then they did the triple threat and AJ beat him. Then it wouldn't have meant more. And now they're just going back and forth again.
Let's look at both sides of it, because sometimes you look at it where they trade it back and forth, and that's supposed to elevate both guys to show, oh, they're this close, they've got each other's number, it's a thing back and forth like those best of 5 series. Or you have it where AJ keeps getting screwed by that jackass heel Kevin Owens, so when he finally wins it, it's worth so much more. I think that's the better way to go, but they're going the other way to try to make it elevated, and it's not quite working.
I don't know if I agree. One of the guys in chat, Randy Orton, was saying that Jericho was used because he was there for one night filming Southpaw. Yeah, I doubt that. I don't think WWE is going to, or just Southpaw parody wrestling is why Jericho was there, and then they were like, "Oh, you're here? Let's use you." I guarantee they were like, if it was a one and done, Jericho happened to be there and he came to wrestle, and he probably
but he also did film more Southpaw.
Yeah, sure, but I mean, he didn't come there
no,
just.
It was all.
It was also.
100% believe that.
I'll do both. It was, hey, I'll do both. I would say.
I don't know. I think it was just awesome that he just showed up for a random match and he can just do that.
I think he got pinned though. That just why?
Well, because he's not involved in the. Yeah,
no, but when he comes back, it's supposed to be a big deal. He left as like one of the.
It's kind of a spot. It's kind of just a surprise.
Well, you heard. I mean, through the grapevine, because there was kind of a moment before the finish where everything kind of stopped. A lot of the rumors rolling around were that originally Owens was going to take the pin, and they changed it halfway through the actual match. So, it was a Vince call. Vince was just all of a sudden like, well, Jericho's taking the pin, not him, and that was it.
Probably because he's not going to be back on for next little bit. It gets his part of it finished.
Why did it take so long to figure that out?
Why are they figuring that out during the match? I don't know.
Why does Vince do anything, though? Vince, as we've said many times, the company would be so much better if he just stepped aside and allowed fresher minds to take over.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't. As far as the main stuff that's been going on, that's pretty much all I got. I got a couple questions I asked people on Twitter a little while back, and we take some questions in the chat that we got going on, live chat, by the way. If you are listening to this on iTunes or on the YouTube channel, every once in a while we do this live on Matt Zion's Twitch stream. I don't know if he mentioned that or not, but yeah,
we do. Bummer. Before you do, I want to jump on real quick with a quick thing from NXT.
NXT, sure.
And it's not any of the main stuff. It's Kyle O'Reilly coming in.
No, don't. We're not going to talk about this goddamn guy.
No. He comes in. He loses to Aleister Black. That's fine.
Good.
It's a debut. He comes in. Black is on his way up. It's fine. Nothing wrong with that at all. He then has his promo thing in the back. They put on the .com, and he's like, it's like he didn't lose. He's talking about how he raises the bar. You're going to see things like you've never seen. No one can have the level of competition. It's never going to be the same. No one can match with me. It's this all this amazing things like Sandow and Kennedy said when they went to TNA, I will change the business. No, but the point of it is, he's like, I will change the business. No one can keep up to my level. You literally just lost.
Yeah.
You don't get to make that promo when you've lost. It doesn't work. No one is at my level. Yeah, you didn't win. You lost to the guy who's here.
And it's funny. Him and Roderick Strong. I like the same guy to me.
The rumors are there will be an ROH style stable in NXT.
Oh, well, good. Hopefully, that way I don't have to watch anything they do.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's
I would love to see that.
Let's capitalize on that. But anyway, that was my thing. I just am tired about those guys doing that kind of stuff. So.
Shout out, by the way, because they had a thing on WWE.com showing Kyle O'Reilly in PWG. It was everywhere, Japan, ROH, but there was a bunch of pictures
his pre-NXT career.
And our Reckless Eating cast member Rosen was front and center, right behind Kyle in one of the pictures. So Rosen got to be seen by a lot of people on WWE.com. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Also, in case you guys didn't see, they did announce that Aleister Black's going to face Tommy at Brooklyn. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. It seems
that's a really good match.
It seems like a decent match, but I feels kind of random a little bit. I thought they were going to be going with Ono, but because they've been feuding kind of. So I don't. I don't know.
Like Atami, though, they're gonna job him out.
You said they don't like Atami? Is that what you said?
No, I don't think so. I think he's too injury prone, and they already have their Nakamura. You know how Vince thinks. If Tommy gets brought up, Vince is gonna go, I already have one of those Japs.
Oh my god.
I already have a Wesley Snipes, exactly. But no, when Kenta first came in, he was absolutely this badass Japanese guy who'll do everything. Then he got injured, and Shinsuke came in, and then Kenta comes back as bland nothing. It's like do you see what this other guy can do? What do you got? I'm kind of cool. You're nothing compared to him or anybody else we have, and he got left by the wayside. It's sad, but it is 100% true.
It's Vince. You know it's Vince. You can't have one more Japanese guy at a time. It's just how it works.
They had Kaintai, so.
But why not?
That was a tag team, though, so that equals one.
Yeah, they count as one, I guess.
They're all real small. They count as one. Yeah. But yeah, Tommy versus Ono, I think that's in the NXT tapings, I think. Yeah. So.
Either way, so that match is announced, so that should be a good match. Aleister Black will definitely, that's easy, yeah.
Yeah, he's on his way up to challenge.
Yeah, this is probably should be his last takeover match, I would assume.
Well, he was on main event. Just come up to fuck up Hawkins real quick.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah, they like him. They're high on him. He's good.
Yeah. Oh, I like him too. He's pretty cool. I like him.
It would not surprise me if he went after the UK title just for the hell of it.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of, the sad thing is, to me, he's so close to, like, as far as the build, tattoos just look as Baron Corbin a little bit. So
yeah. But he's also 205 pounds. He's small compared to Corbin.
It's just the feel and the look. I get the same feel as Corbin when I look at him.
When you look at pictures, yes. Movement, absolutely not.
So, yeah. But anyway, so we got any questions on the chat? We'll do the chat first. Anybody got any questions?
We did. Randy Orton just asked one.
Randy Orton asked one? What did he ask?
Will there be another shakeup? A superstar shakeup? I've heard rumors after SummerSlam.
Somebody posted, yes. Somebody did post.
It's WrestleMania. The SummerSlam was defunct. It's just WrestleMania.
Are you sure? Somebody posted this yesterday or something.
Yeah, I mean that was another Meltzer thing. He just said that was a rumor started, and then there's a guy I follow that's a TMZ reporter, and he has a shitload of connections and's gotten a lot. He's the one that broke the Paige and Alberto thing, but he's broken a lot of stories, and he said that point blank, no, it's going to be a yearly WrestleMania thing. They feel like 2 is too many, and I agree.
Yeah, that would have been. I actually would have been kind of pissed if they did another shakeup.
Yeah,
but
too soon.
Yeah. Any other? Who do we got? Who do you guys think Rude will lose to? Beer Meat Jesus is asking that.
I think he's going to keep it for a while.
So you think he's going to beat
Black
McIntyre?
Is probably the choice. I think Aleister. They're protecting him like crazy. So I think if anyone's going to beat him, it will probably be Aleister.
McIntyre's got a good chance, but I think you're right.
I think it might be McIntyre actually.
I don't
but
see.
It's still going to be a bit. I mean, it will be a while. It's not going to happen like around the bend.
I feel
it won't happen at Takeover. It won't happen at the next Takeover. It will be a bit.
I think McIntyre's just going to get called up because they love when they bring in guys like this that have been in the company before. He already knows how the road works. He knows how the agent works. He knows how the system works. Why keep him in the developmental territory if he's good enough and he's big too? Vince liked him at one point. There's no reason to say Vince won't like him again. I think that he's never going to win it. I think he's just going to get called up.
He'll elevate what it is before he goes. He won't win it, but he'll make it good while he's there.
That's what I think. Yeah.
But again, I could easily see him winning it too. Like it is that. But
God, he's a beast though.
I think Rude will just keep winning and winning and winning.
CJ Blackthorn asked, how do you guys think Authors of Pain will be ruined once they get called up? So he's already saying they're going to be ruined.
I will point a reference to the Ascension.
They're better than the Ascension. Come on, they're better than the Ascension.
No, but they'll fuck them up the same way.
I don't think they're that good. I've never seen a match from them where I thought they were particularly interesting.
I've seen great matches with them, but where they were carried.
Yeah, they were good with others.
Guys.
True. Yeah, I've seen a lot of good matches.
They're constantly fidgeting with their shirts and their pants the entire match. That's all.
They're right. They're lots of fun. I think they're all right.
I also can't believe I didn't realize their names, Occam and Razor. It's like Occam's Razor. Until I said it out loud one day, I went, "Oh fuck! How did I not know that for months?"
Yep.
But anyway.
Somebody asked, do you guys think Asuka will lose to Ember Moon at Brooklyn?
No, never. She'll never lose.
Really? You guys don't think she's going to lose?
I think she'll show up on Raw or SmackDown with
that's what I was saying. I think that they should do like
we thought that a long time
thing.
though.
No,
and I still think it.
She's beating like New Day's records now. Like she's really going for everything. So
have her
they're
keep it until WrestleMania and have her challenge whoever like the Raw Women's Champion is, and as NXT champion, and have them do like a huge champions versus champion match at WrestleMania. Have Asuka win, and then have her drop the NXT title without ever losing it. I think that is. It's too late now. She has had it for so long that I feel like dropping it to any of the other women is pointless at this time. Like do something bigger with it.
Yeah, it would let all the air out of the balloon if they just suddenly have her drop it so she can move up.
You want to know the crazy thing? She will either drop it to someone we don't expect, or she'll take it to Raw or SmackDown and drop it there, or that Mae Young tournament winner will get a shot and win it.
The Mae Young, yeah.
It might be something crazy like that. That's still September when that happens, that final.
Yeah.
I could see that as a name coming in to do it, but I think she's going to go to the main roster with that title. She'll do both. She really will, but...
I mean, in a perfect world, that sounds great, but...
It guarantees her a title shot.
They
she shows up on Raw and says she's undefeated for over the amount of time
I'm agreeing that sounds great, but it's just, it's just... I can't picture it. I mean, it sounds fantastic, but it's like, would that happen?
Yeah,
I mean, they did
Here's why.
Paige.
Here's why. It's exactly. Paige did it. Charlotte kind of. Kevin Owens did even. Like these guys show up with the titles.
Yeah, and yes,
and it's her actual gimmick. Give me contenders, and Regal's like, fine. You keep wanting to do this? Go to Raw on Monday. Like, yeah. Let's see how you do there without any of this.
Maybe Paige can return and pull it out from behind.
Del Rio.
Wow, there it is. There it is.
It was a doggy style.
Now you wait. You wait. Anyway, somebody asked. Hold on, where was it? It was. Boop 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 boop. It was a little bit farther up. Hump the Speed Bump asked, "Who do you want to win the Royal Rumble?" It's a little far out, but
it's too far out.
Yeah.
I already have my pick, but. It is still far out. So
what is your pick? No, let's put it in. What's your pick?
You want to know my pick?
I do. Let's put it on the record.
My pick. I want to see AJ Styles win, and I want to have Nakamura as the champion at the time, so they can finally do their AJ Nakamura at WrestleMania. That's what I hope.
I can't make fun of that. I'm okay with that. Let's go.
I want AJ to win.
The best possible SmackDown main event for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think, well, I don't know if they care really, but you got Universal title. I assume will be main eventing SummerSlam, and then hopefully we can have the WWE title main eventing WrestleMania.
Well, one thing I want to rant on. One thing I want to rant on is I hate now how that the WrestleMania matches are going to be more predetermined by where the person or where these people are going to go, which show rather than like who they want to win. I think that's going to get annoying. I think you're going to start to see outcomes that you're like, that's not what I wanted. And it's like, well, because, the champion is going to leave SmackDown and go to Raw. So instead of keeping it logically with him because that guy was, on a better run, they're going to be like, oh, well, he had to go to Raw. So he had to lose. I think that's going to get annoying really fast. They already did it with Wyatt and Wyatt losing the title for no fucking reason other than to go to Raw to do nothing.
Yeah.
And in a sense, Ambrose keeping it to take it to Raw, to lose it to Miz. Same thing there, kind of even. Because if Corbin won it, it wouldn't have been over. They couldn't have moved Rusev up, and
It's so true, because Ambrose basically stopped Miz from having this Asuka-like run, and then just immediately dropped it back to Miz when he went onto Raw. What was the point? Just keep it on Miz. What?
Yeah, Miz, aside from that bit with Ambrose, has been champion since September.
That would have been so good. He would have legitimately started to get he's like, I'm going for Honky Tonk Man's record.
Yeah.
That would.
But hey, guys, Ambrose was there, and he put a stop to that shit.
Nothing he did as champion mattered, though. I can't name a single thing he did with the IC title that mattered.
He broke up he broke up any honky tonk streak.
That's it. That's all he did.
Jordan Wolf was asking, have you guys noticed how irrelevant Charlotte has been since going to SmackDown? What's wrong?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Fucked her, man. I fucked her so bad. That's too bad. She's just...
They're just trying... Yeah. I mean, they're just trying to get other girls over.
A little bit of pay your dues.
She's just on the back burner for now. You can't have someone run forever if you want them at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
She's also a really bad baby face, though.
Fear me, Jesus. No. Wyatt went to Raw to plow JoJo.
Yeah, that's his record. Don't tell my wife, but I need to go to Raw to plow JoJo.
I mean, it's pretty smart
We'll
move
take
to
the
me.
title off of you, Bray, and you'll be
That's
over
okay.
there.
I'm gonna put my mini title around my dick. It's called a condom. I don't want to get JoJo pregnant.
No, it's called JoJo.
Oh God. Randy Orton's asking, do you see anybody being fired this year? Like somebody said something about a fire spree.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Enzo might be. I
What?
agree.
They're fucking. Oh my God! Don't even say that.
I think it's
fair.
ridiculous.
No, he'll go to NXT or 205 first.
No, but I mean, like, look at who else was super over, and then they buried him and fired him. It was Sandow. Sandow was at one point, arguably, he was the most over entertaining guy for a period of 2 months.
With Miz,
but not over how they wanted it to be.
They buried him, and then they fired him. So it's not. Right now, they're in the burying process. I would not be surprised.
I'll say to that the answer to that question. I, like everyone else on this podcast, knows nothing.
That's true.
Oh,
you know
agreed.
nothing.
But I agree with Enzo as a possibility.
Hold on. Somebody's asking about the shakeup. We've already asked about that. So let's go over a couple questions real quick over on Twitter. Not too much here. Somebody asked, who should be the next tag team to form? I think we got enough tag teams right now, but they just need to start pushing the ones properly that we already fucking got. I think. I mean,
yeah. I don't want more formed.
The only one that's forming right now is Ambrose and Rollins is kind of forming like at the moment. So,
I don't. Stop breaking up teams.
Yeah,
stop it. Jesus Christ.
They should form one. They should form one with Wilder and Dawson and call it the Revival.
That would be good.
And push those guys to the moon.
Yeah, no, I don't.
That'd be great. That's a good idea. They should do that.
Vince doesn't like them, so it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Honestly, at some point, I would like to see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Just.
Yeah.
Because they were hinting at that a little bit. Because I mean, you got to have the friendship mend to break it again. So
I just think right now we're so low on heels though. Like in a few years though, when Owens has nothing going on, why not? Because they're a fantastic team.
Exactly, it'll be great. And then he'll just turn on him again. He's like, oh, I should have seen it coming.
That's inevitable. You know, they do it. Every single company has had them as a team and then break up and have Owens. Like
it'll be fantastic. It's gonna happen. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Someone did mention earlier. This question was forever ago, but about Aiden English continuing to beat Sami Zayn. It's fine because Zayn's okay. Aiden needs everything he can get, and it's still not enough.
Yeah, that to me is kind of like
it's not hurting Sammy. It's not hurting him.
They need to move. Aiden needs to just be, unfortunately, I don't know how popular or unpopular it's going to be. I don't think anybody really cares, but I think he needs to be moved into the enhancement talent role and just stay there. Kind of like, unfortunately, Kurt Hawkins. But
and hey, congratulations to Kurt Hawkins for breaking the most matches lost in a row.
Yeah, 100. And see,
this
is the perfect for him. This is the perfect angle to actually get him up there.
It's true.
Get him shown.
It is.
They could do a countdown. All right, he comes out. Everything. I'm gonna break the streak. I'm gonna break the streak, and then fucking lose, and then lose,
and then lose. Same as when Heath Slater was losing to Legends. He's still on TV. So people get excited to see him. Yeah.
He's so bad. He's not good.
Yeah. No, it's not the. He fell into this by accident. Like, there's no planning.
I feel bad because, like, I met the dude in real life at a fucking bar with Hornswoggle. Like, he was a super nice guy. Yeah. Really nice, very considerate. You know, he talked to us when he didn't have to. But goddamn, man, he's terrible in the ring, especially he's a veteran. That dude has been wrestling for a long fucking time. And he's shown no improvement whatsoever. His character's awful. His ring work is awful. He is the epitome of a dude who is just going to lose his entire career.
Well,
he's so bad. Like,
he's a jobber. Whatever.
Yeah, he's a jobber. Yeah. But we're going to cover one last question here. Over on Twitter, Beer Me Jesus asked, when will we see WWE finally push Cass towards the actual title? So when do you guys think Cass is going to... Well, yeah, when do you actually think he's going to get that title
2 years from now.
Match?
Yeah, I'd say 2 years. Like, but if that even happens,
don't forget, he had a title match early on already. Like, it's happened.
That is true. He did have that.
He's on his path.
No, but like a real push is
a real push.
Yeah,
is.
like a program. Yeah.
If Joe wins, he's going to need some bad guy to fight. I could see it happening this fall.
No way.
No.
Joe is a bad guy.
Joe is the bad guy. Yeah.
Okay, well.
If the main event
it's 2 years. They're not going to do it anytime soon.
No, you're right. No, I could see it though. I could see them doing it right away.
The other thing too, though, is that and we have to take this into consideration. I know he looks like he's invincible, and they're giving him this monster push. but both Big Show and Enzo are openly in the doghouse. So, like, what are they going to do? Like, I think after this is done, if they continue to push him strong against another guy, then sure, I think it'll come quick. But if they put him into a program with another dude, like a mid-card or a main event guy, and they feud, I think you're going to see a much more evened out thing. And I think he's getting a monster push because Enzo and then Show are they just don't like him right now. So that's why they're making it look like $1 million.
There's a question for you, Matt. Enzo is dog shit right now, and Big Show is dog shit right now. Yeah. Who do you move Cass onto?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could have done like an Ambrose, but he's going to be.
Or the only thing I can think of is if you had the proper breakup, Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, but they're not going to because they're going to. No.
So who the hell do you put him against? Roman?
I don't know. I mean, that's just the problem with Raw. Is Raw has too many people and SmackDown doesn't have enough. They took every big main event guy away from SmackDown, and they just raided their roster, and then they gave them Jinder Mahal as their champion. Like,
like who is left though? Like seriously, are we looking at Roman Reigns?
I actually thought Big Show was a good first program for him. I think.
Yeah, but after that,
Roman and Cass would be fun because at least it's unexpected, and Cass has the size on Roman, and it could help Cass get a little more adjusted to an upper card main event style.
I don't know.
Well, who would you put him against then, Jay?
I don't have anybody. I don't want to see him. I don't like him. I don't want to see him there anymore.
No, but that's not the question.
I know. Fucking give him Miz. I mean, push towards the Intercontinental title, I guess.
No,
I don't
but
know.
Miz is a heel, so Miz can't be fighting a heel.
That's true.
The WWE logic.
Yeah,
like Jason Jordan?
If Jordan wins the title.
Jordan defends against Big Cass.
There you go.
You know what I think is hilarious is how they're specifically moving the camera up a little higher so it doesn't look like it says big ass anymore.
Yep.
Like they've noticed.
Yeah.
They actually took notice of that.
And he has new theme song, which is also not great.
Yeah, it's better though.
It's still not great.
True.
It's not better.
I think.
It's better. But
to me, it's a little bit better. But either way, it's still not good. It's not memorable. It's not like, oh, here it comes. It's just, there's some music playing.
They should have just given him Enzo's theme and just had the lyrics be changed to Enzo's in the doghouse, Big Show's a pile of shit, I'm awesome.
Because that's another thing. That theme, Enzo and Cass's theme is fucking great. Yeah, it's fucking amazing. Yeah, I love their theme. But I think that's it for tonight. I think we're good for the show here. We're gonna wrap it up and get the hell out of here. Any final thoughts as we end this bad boy? Anybody got anything?
I will be doing a back-to-back live stream. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch on here with Old Man Tom, one of our guys on Reckless Eating. We're going to be watching NXT TakeOver together.
Cool.
And then the following night, it'll be myself, Chuck Rowland, and Sean of the Reckless Eating cast, and the three of us will be live streaming SummerSlam.
Cool. Yeah, I will be watching it. I will not be I will be updating the Prediction League soon, but I got people coming over, so I won't be doing it while they're here, obviously. So it'll be a little bit later, but it'll be the next day. So just heads up on that, all the JRPL people out there. And yeah, first of all, I haven't kind of really plugged it that much. You guys need to go to jobberradio.com, sign up for the Prediction League. I'm trying to hopefully have the most people ever right here for SummerSlam. We need to have the biggest card. We've been right at 50 people each show. So I want to get maybe 60, not asking for too much. So if you're hearing this and you got some friends that like wrestling, hey, give them the link and maybe they'll join, have some fun. But that's all I got. JRPL, it's a lot of fun and you need to do it. So anybody else? We good?
We good. We're good.
We're good. All right, guys. Well, we're out of here and we'll see you guys 2 weeks. Bye.
You ready?
$40.